If we need it, here's more evidence that the stigma around being HIV positive or living with AIDS is not noticeably going away. A study that was done recently in some of the country's provinces amongst school children, which asked them essentially, I'm dumbing things down a bit, but how do you feel about being in a class with an HIV positive student, a learner? How do you feel about being taught by an HIV positive living with AIDS teacher? And to me, quite a disturbing number, somewhere between 30 and a third and close to a half of pupils in some of the provinces said very unhappy about that, don't want that at all. Professor Johannes John-Langba joins us now from Durban, director of he's with the School of Applied Human Sciences at the University of KwaZulu-Natal. A very good afternoon. Thank you for your time.
Good afternoon, John. Thanks for having me, and good afternoon to the listeners.
The sort of general takeaway is that stigma around being HIV positive is not disappearing.
Yeah, I mean, it's disturbing. I mean, we're on the verge of reversing all the gains we've made in probably the last decade, because I was looking at the 2011 study of the same population with 6 learners, and where more than half said they were willing to be in a class and they taught by a teacher who was HIV positive.
Oh, so it's actually over a 10-year period, the situation has got worse, not better.
Yeah, absolutely. There are other studies in between, but I'm looking at the 2011 studies because you're looking at grade 6, who are probably that time 12 years old and now in their early 20s. So, and these are the really sexually active population and who are in the communities.
How does one try to understand that? I mean, how do I try to understand why more people don't want to be taught by or sit in a classroom with an HIV positive person than was the case 10 years ago when we were some way out of the Mbeki lunacy on HIV and AIDS, but we're even further away from it now. So how does one understand this?
Yeah, the implications are stigma and discrimination and lack of knowledge and understanding of HIV and HIV transmission, which children at grade 6 to 12-year-olds should be taught to understand how HIV is transmitted and not to stigmatize and discriminate against people living with HIV. And basically, this is in South Africa, we have a content in the life education subject where people are taught about HIV. I was interviewed as a clarion call because HIV stigma and discrimination have ramifications of prevention, treatment, and even social cohesion. And kids at that age really are a barometer for community perceptions. I mean, they don't really know, what are some of the ramifications, but they listen to what's happening in the community. So a study like this, pretty much the findings reflect what's happening in the community, and that's why it's worrisome.
And has what is being taught around this issue changed in any way? Is it being taught less now or differently, less explicitly in the sense of teaching about transmission methods, infection methods, and so on?
Yeah, and we don't really know. So that's why I'm, calling for evaluating the content and let's see what's really being taught. And in some of the provinces like Northern Cape, where it's really they were not the province that really was discriminating and stigmatizing people 10 years ago, but they are now. So what is happening there? And when you look at the correlation in terms of they are the province with the second lowest prevalence of HIV, so are we lowering our guards? Are we thinking HIV has gone away and we are not really focusing on it in the Northern Cape? But it's not just in Northern Cape. I mean, the drop in terms of students who are saying, yes, we want to be in class, it's huge, from over 50% to nationally it's now 30.6%. And in all the provinces except probably Mpumalanga, where it's about 40% of the students said they want to be in a class with another child that has HIV positive. But Northern Cape is 16% of the students said they are not willing to be in a class with another child that's HIV positive. The question is really, do you want to be in a class? Yes, no, I'm not sure. And in research, we look at the yes, which is like in Northern Cape, only 60% say they are willing to be in a class, which is HIV positive kids. 34% said they are not sure, and 14% said no. In research and in statistics, that not sure is really a no, really.
Yeah.
So it's really a no. I don't want to be in class. So we focus on the yes, which is only 16%, and it has ramifications for treatment. I mean, even the kids. Some of the kids take their ARVs because some of them are infected through vertical transmission. So they would, if they are stigmatized by their peers, and they are supposed to take their medication when at school, they will not take it because they know they will be discriminated against.
Sorry about the line there, folks, but that was the best we could achieve. But the prof was fading in and out. Professor Johannes John-Langba is the director of the College of Humanities Doctoral Academy at the University of KwaZulu-Natal.